When I was 10 years old, I was the only girl on my baseball team. The coaches, all men, decided to put me last on the roster. When I finally got my chance at bat, I hit the ball and sprinted as fast as I could to first base. That's when they realized that I was actually the fastest runner on the team. But this is more than just a story of how I earned my title as pinch runner on that baseball team. This is a story of how I've learned throughout my life to play my own game in the face of gender bias and sexism. Fast forward 25 years, and I'm in San Diego, learning to construct my own home. I began working at a fabrication shop, and all of a sudden, the isolation, otherness of being the only woman in a male-dominated space reemerged. From subtle sexist language to direct verbal and physical harassment, I felt the daily pains that myself and other women experienced working in the industry. Sure enough, I researched, and the numbers confirmed the harsh reality of ubiquitous sexism that persists for thousands of women. In 2016 alone, 72% of women reported experiencing some form of sexual discrimination or harassment in their careers in architecture. And I realized not only do these numbers apply to me, but for so many other women, including women I know. These are direct quotes from friends in the industry, things they've experienced directly on different forms of harassment. I felt this need, this deep desire for gender equity, and I realized I had the potential to build a new narrative. Thus, MicroModula was born. MicroModula is a mobile creative studio that inspires, supports, and supports women to specifically advance in their creative professions. I felt this need, this deep desire for gender equity, and I learned to design, I learned to weld, and I began framing MicroModula. Fueled by a collective need for safe, inclusive spaces for creative women, I started building that space myself. So how does MicroModula operate? Imagine a beautiful space where women can go to connect, collaborate, and find support for their work. Now imagine that space built on a travel trailer, venturing yearly to a new city to connect and reach other markets. That's exactly what I plan for MicroModula. I'll be parked yearly at a different facility, at a different artisan residency, and through events, such as mobile workshops at the studio, to products that I've already started designing and selling, to services such as personal individual consultations. So what makes MicroModula different than other businesses out there? I myself am a living representation of my brand, MicroModula. I'm building this space with my own two hands, but I don't just want to open doors for other women. I want to show them how to build their own doors of opportunity. MicroModula is a lifestyle brand that uplifts, inspires, and gives voice to women through professional advancement. So how will my business operate? Well, my target market, for one thing, are women like me, women who are seeking a safe and sustainable creative livelihood. My go-to-market strategy, as you can see, has been outlined for the next 3 years, starting with 2017, where I'll finish the construction of the studio. Then in 2018, I'll go on to complete 11 workshops at an artisan residency. And in 2019 and beyond, be positioned at a different city for another artisan residency to be able to reach a farther market. My channels of distribution. For the events I'll be located at an artist residency where I'll be positioned, and that's how I'll be able to reach that market, as well as through online resources. My products will be sold online through my website, as well as in stores to support the cost of the business. And my services will be provided in person or online. So who's my competition? There are brands that are similar, lifestyle brands. There are mobile design studios that offer similar concepts of mobility. And there are women's collectives that offer support and network, but none that apply all three of those principles. And that's where I come in. MicroModula is the only mobile creative studio of its kind, focusing specifically on female advancement. It's innovative, collaborative, and most importantly, it's mobile. My team comprises of myself. I'm the primary owner, designer, and builder of this studio. And I'm also the face of the brand. But I also have access to a maker community where I can subcontract projects as needed and develop my professional network off of that. I'm part of a makerspace community here in San Diego, and that's how I primarily access other resources that I need. My financial projections are based upon the three underlying assumptions of establishing the artist in residency the first year, a 10% growth the second year, and a 15% growth the third year. But also they're based upon an initial startup of $50,000 to get the business up and running. But it's simple, it's doable. I've already started making the earrings, and I've already started construction. I've calculated that to get operational by next year, we need to sell about 120 earrings a month, host one workshop a month, and do about 10 to 12 hours of consultations a week. So I've tested the numbers, and the projections are feasible. So what's next for MicroModula? Not only is MicroModula feasible, not only is it a feasible plan, but the demand is ready. The demand is real. The idea is already in action. As you can see, I've already started constructing the studio. But all I need now is the $50,000 to start production. So finally, I have my chance up at bat once again. Except this time, I'm the team captain, and I'm ready to win. Oh, I still have 1 minute and 40 seconds. I thought I was going super slow.